Joining me for this very important conversation is Priye Goody, a voter mobilization advocate. Welcome to Rubbing Minds.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you for honoring our invitation. I mean, there's been a lot of talk around the 2027 elections, but as someone who goes around mobilizing people to vote and to get their PVCs, would you say that enough is being done to create awareness about the impact of Nigerians exercising their franchise?
Thank you very much for this question. I think the independent electoral body hasn't done enough because based on their budget for the election, which is over ₦1 trillion, we expect an overwhelming information to the least electorate of 18 years for them to infiltrate churches, schools, communities, and it wasn't really like that. Okay, from August 18, 2025, till today, it's ending. A lot of persons are not aware. In fact, the education started mostly at the third phase. From the first phase, from that August 18th, pre-registration was for a week. Then biometrics started from 25th August. So a lot of persons were not aware even till December. Then the second phase resumed in January till March. People were really not aware. In fact, it was strange. Mind you, in the second phase, INEC actually did a word tour. A lot of persons were not aware in those word tours. Communities were not told. So INEC has to do better in giving information. Independent, bodies like myself, individuals like myself, and other
civil society groups
exactly did a lot better than the Independent Electoral Commission.
And you know, I mean, it starts with awareness about getting the PVC.
Yeah.
Given your experience on the field and the exercise closing today, do you think they need to extend that, or do you think enough people, even though maybe INEC, in your own words, started a bit late, has been able to do enough to ensure that we have higher numbers of people turn up at the polls?
Oh, thank you very much. I think INEC has to extend it, and also their time frame is short, 9 a.m., 3 p.m. So a lot of students, business people haven't closed by then. Then they should also work on weekends, which is important because for this 2 weeks extension, they also kept option for weekends, which is beautiful. So the extension has to do with either 8 a.m. till, let's say, 6 p.m. because of the timing they have. Because it's not just the people coming late and all of that. They are always having poor server, poor network. It's also a factor. They frustrate people. Those things come together, frustrate the Nigerians. So they should extend it and also stretch their time for the Nigerians to be able to accommodate people and also move out from their offices to popular places, to churches where they have more people, and to university campuses and communities with larger population. Thank you very much.
So mosques, churches, clubs, schools, university campuses.
Thank you.
To get more Nigerians aware. And also, in your experience, for those people who have tried to register and they had to deal with server issues, how many times have people had to go over and over before they are captured and their biometrics are done?
Yeah, some cases once, twice, thrice. Like especially for this extension, it wasn't easy. Especially for register online new voters, it's actually not easy. But some cases once, twice. The last time I was at INEC office was on a Wednesday, this last week that we passed, and there was server issue, and it was frustrating that the people I brought there, more than half of them left when I went to have lunch to return, and I came back. Where are the people? They had already gone, because some persons don't have their patience. But they later came back again on Saturday. Before I came back, I carried them here on Saturday. So, but we need INEC to try to meet up with this, because they should work on their website, because not everybody has the patience. Some persons are just leaving their businesses or setting out a day for this, and when they get there, they are unable to get the thing done.
Now, beyond registering for the voters card, we've also seen in the past where people register but refuse or are unable to collect their voters cards, and then it then cascades into the actual election day, because you see that very few people, compared to past elections, actually show up to cast their vote. So where do you think the disconnect is coming? Is it that people don't know their cards are ready, or they're just registering because they say, well, let us go and register, or people pick it up and just use it as a means of identification?
Thank you. I think that is where my initiative comes up, the value of the vote. A lot of Nigerians don't know why they are voting. So there's a phase of how you have to push them to get the register, push them to get the cards, push them, even if, trust me, it is stressful to register today, pick up next 3 months. Some forget, even some misplace their slip. But you can walk into the bank and you get the card immediately if you apply for it. So if INEC could be able to do that. But that aside, the situation we are right now is that Nigerians do not know the value of their votes. They complain, they pray, they do all sorts of things, they curse, but they don't know why they are voting. Some of them want to vote, they're excited about their candidates perhaps, but they don't know the reason what their vote stands for. And that is what I do. I go about not just educating them about getting a PVC, getting involved in the electoral process, strengthening democracy, but I also ensure that they know what they are voting for. I try to use examples, physical examples of the phones, and collecting the phones from a thief, collecting their phones and their votes. So if you can actually struggle with a thief collecting your phone, that means you can struggle for somebody snatching your ballot box. And I also tell them the need for them to participate in democracy, to strengthen democracy. You need it, because if you know the value of your vote, you would not be pushed to get your card. You will not be pushed to come out to vote on the day of election. So these are that is my area, that's my focus, especially for young people, especially for those who have never had a card before, for those who felt less concerned, for those who felt it wasn't for them. And again, if you know the value of your vote, you won't sell it.
I think that takes me to my next question on selling of votes, because these days, depending on which location you are getting pittance, like a few thousands, or you're getting a bag of rice or a package to trade your votes, and that's not even the candidate. When you interact with people, why do you think people sell their votes for so little for a long period? We're talking 4 years till the next election cycle.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. It still goes down to the value, right? Because a lot of Nigerians feel like the vote doesn't count, the vote...
But does it count?
It does, actually. If we all... this voting thing is a collective thing. It all down to the value. Because when you vote, you don't just vote at the polling units you get home. You don't put your life in the hands of anybody. You hold your life, you guard your life, you save your life. So when you follow up your votes just like your life, the vote will definitely count. But the good thing is, politicians know the value of the vote. Meanwhile, the electorates don't know the value of the vote. So they tend to sell it for cheap. Some are just looking for what to eat today. That's why you hear things of like selling their votes on credit. When people talking about...
How does that happen, selling your vote on credit?
People sell votes, like we saw in the last election, people sold their votes on credit.
So they don't even get paid immediately?
No, they sold their vote on fake promises. Oh, I will do this, we'll meet people later, like that. And the thing of, whenever I ask people how much is worth your life, they tell me billions and trillions and zillions. I get excited and I ask them, so why do you want to sell your vote for this? At least even if you want to sell your vote, let them give one person ₦1 billion. So we'll know, okay, you sold your. Don't sell your vote for 10,000 naira. You're not that cheap. This is your life. This is the security. This vote is your education. This vote, and it's not just you. In this case, it is also for that of your children, of your family, of your unborn children, your grandchildren. So Nigerians need to just know that this vote is not just a thumbprint. It's not just, I'm not just exercising my right. This is my life. So when you realize that this is your life, there's a different approach. You don't go carelessly. Some persons actually want to register for PVCs and sell till I met them. Some persons are keeping the cards to sell till I met them.
So it's a business decision for
exactly.
some. But some people will say, I hear you. I've actually tried to vote in the past, but I ended up not being able to exercise my franchise because I'm from a certain part of the country, or I look a certain way, or area boys, hooligans came and they caused mayhem, and I fear for my life. I don't want, some people are being held at gunpoint to thumbprint, and this is, they don't have the same ammunition to fight back, literally.
Thank you very much. This brings me to a conversation I had with a friend a few days ago. I asked her how many boys during elections carry guns, because she has a 17 Pro Max, and I was asking her how she could defend that phone. That is, the people who are scared of coming out to vote, the people who want to also kill you are also scared of you. And you have more numbers than them, because when you check out in each polling unit, you have at least minimum 1,000 people, a minimum in each polling unit. But the people who want to come out to vote are more than the people who are coming to disrupt the electoral process. So why do we have fewer? What they instill is fear. They instill fear. But when you, like in Lagos State in the last election, we saw some areas, some things happened. And even in Rivers State, where I'm coming from, we saw some areas, some things happened. And my anger is, Nigerians were filming those people. When you know the value of you don't film who comes to snatch a ballot box, because you have more numbers than they do. How many persons actually came with a gun? Some of them even came with 6. Some of them just came with mere pressure. Some of them came with, most of them did not even come with knives. Some of them just came in with bottles, and you have more than them. But you're scared of them because you don't know the value of what you felt you were just coming to do. Oh, maybe you felt it was for someone's good, for someone's favor, but you did not know it was your life actually. When you know it is your life, you fight till death. You know that you're fighting for your life and that of your children and your future. So it's a different approach. That is why I want people to realize and know the value of you have one vote, the value of the one vote.
So where does the government come in to, one, educate people, to encourage people to participate, and to protect people? So yes, a lot is being placed on as the responsibility of the individual.
Yeah.
But the government also has a part to play.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that. The government has a major part to play, which they haven't been doing over time, like we all see. The Independent Electoral Commission hasn't been really doing what it's supposed to do as expected, with especially in this coming election with their budget. The police has not been doing what they are supposed to do, because and also Nigerians don't do what they are supposed to do, because the policeman just arrests or seizes, maybe collects money or sees someone who comes to snatch ballot boxes. We should have laws that we don't spare these people. We don't spare people who sell votes, and they do it openly, shamelessly. We don't spare this, but people should know that there are laws. The electoral laws that were reformed should also focus on these people that sell votes, that snatch ballot boxes, that rewrite election results. So these are the parts where the government has a lot of work to do. The National Assembly, the INEC, Independent Electoral Commission, and also the police should ensure, the EFCC, DSS, all of them should come together to ensure that those people who are caught openly, because they do it openly, those people who are caught openly should be dealt with severely. Then also the Nigerian people should help government, in case they can't, not to joke with anyone who is seen buying a vote or who is seen snatching the ballot box.
For the people who actually sell votes, like you said, or buy votes, for them, they see a need and they're supplying that need. So for the person looking for their daily meals, they're saying, okay, I don't sell my vote, but are you going to feed me? Are you going to take care of me? Are you going to give me a bag of rice? Because they say a hungry person is an angry person, so they cannot even think twice. So what message do you have for them to say, look, forget the hunger you have for today. Think about the hunger of next year or 20 years, your children.
Thank you very much for that. The vote selling and vote buying thing exchange is actually a factor of poverty, which over time, the average Nigerian, the population of poor people are over 140 million Nigerians. And these things come to play during elections. They come with things that they haven't seen before to entice people, which is okay. But the thing people need to realize that the instant gratification is nothing close to what they will suffer later. Because some persons, like I watched a girl who sold her votes.
Unfortunately, we're out of time, so
okay,
you can just close in another 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you very much. I think the average Nigerian should just know why they are voting. Your vote, your thumbprint is not one election parade where I've voted, my choice of candidate. Your choice of candidate is beautiful, but your vote is your life. You should know the value of your one vote. Thank you very much.
Your vote is your life. Dear Priye Goody,
thank you.
Voter mobilization advocate. Thank you for being our guest.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.